guys, it's Lord Botha here with another video for you, and honestly, I gotta say, I didn't think Disney Star Wars could fall off any further. I didn't think they could do any more damage to their brand, but it seems the Acolyte is hell-bent on doing so. And the latest comments from Lselye Headland and Amandla, whatever her last name is, that's starring in the Acolyte, seems to be driving the series and the franchise even further into destruction. Let's take a listen, shall we?
I want to ask you both because this is, I would say, arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin. And are you excited about that? Are you
Not
bracing
the gayest
yourself?
Star Wars. Not the.
It's pretty gay, let's be honest. Lselye, how do you feel?
Am I gay?
Are you,
Yes.
Well, no, I know
Yeah.
you are gay, but I'm asking, are you excited about
Yes, Lselye, we are quite aware you're gay. You've said it several times over several interviews over the past several years. We don't need any further explanation of how much you love women.
a talking point?
Is it going to be a talking point?
I'm sure so.
Because nerds are gay.
Well,
Yeah.
not, well,
The fact that he's acknowledging that it is a major issue that needs to be talked about goes to show everything that's wrong with this show and everything that's come to be wrong with Disney Star Wars, though focused on the wrong things. Why is sexuality a major talking point and major focus of this show? It shouldn't be. Star Wars was about basic moral messages. It was about good versus evil. It was about, at most, at its depth, political intrigues and backstabbings and things like that, but it was never about sexuality at its most core premise. In fact, sexuality is barely ever mentioned other than the fact that, Anakin and Padme had Luke and Leia. That's pretty much it.
some nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yeah.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay. Was this the fun element of...
She says it's because nerds are gay. Well, I wouldn't agree with that. Most nerds, I would say, are actually not gay. Most nerds, I'd say, are actually probably fairly straight and enjoy fairly straight art and very traditional storylines. However, if they were gay, you would see a bunch of them flocking to your storylines, flocking to your not-so-secret gay agenda as posed by Disney. However, there's been major backlash to this, major backlash to storylines that promote this, major backlash to Disney theme parks that promote these sorts of things. And it's going to continue as long as you continue down this road. He then responds with, well, some nerds aren't gay and they feel threatened. Well, as speaking as one of those nerds who is not gay, I don't feel threatened. I just feel annoyed because, again, we're getting that agenda stuff put in front of our face, whether it's Star Wars, Doctor Who, or any other kind of property. And she responds with, well, in my world, nerds are gay. Well, guess what? It's not your world. It's not your truth that we're really focused on. The truth is objective, and the truth is most nerds aren't gay, or at least they don't respond well to specifically gay storylines and explicitly gay storylines.
Was this the fun element of...
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I'm frankly
You're offended?
into it. No.
I think that Star Wars is so gay already.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen the fits? We'd be like, look how gay this is, and then...
Now at this point, essentially, these two are having a laugh. They're joking about how people are always telling them that Star Wars is so gay. They're sending each other references over text messages and things like that about, isn't this so gay? Wasn't this so gay? And what they're actually doing is they're taking historical references and they're taking ideas and stories from Star Wars in the past and they're putting them through their own lens of sexuality and their own lens of history. They're not showing any historical difference nor any deep understanding of the plots and the characters of the past, and no real understanding of how that world might develop and how that world might be seen now or in the future, or even in the past of the world. By doing this, they've essentially shown that they are incapable of actually writing a story with mass appeal, because when we put all our ideas and all things that are references to stories in the past through the scope of our own sexualities, through the scope of our own politics, it makes us narrow-minded. and focused only on what matters and what references us. So, of course, as they've said before, it's all about representation, right? Making sure I see myself on the screen. Lselye Headland herself has stated several times about how this story is actually an allegory for her relationship with her sister. The deeper problem here then is when we're so focused on ourselves and how we view things, we're unable to make art for the masses. We're unable to empathize with other characters. We're unable to write for other characters. And when you do that, you can't really make any art that's going to truly be successful as a product. And that's why this is going to fail as a product.
Send each other a reference photo.
And are you telling me, with a straight face, that C-3PO is straight?
They're a couple. That's what I think. But this is more outward.
I think it's canon that R2-D2 is a lesbian.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Ask Filoni. Okay.
Ask for
Can you
one.
imagine?
Yeah, talk.
So R2 is lesbian. She, even though R2 has been referred to as he several times throughout the original trilogy, so obviously they didn't watch that, is in a relationship with 3PO, but 3PO is also a man, but it's gay. Is it gay because they're droids? Do droids have bits? Do they have reproductive organs? I don't know. I don't understand. If anything is a they, them, or an it should be droids, right? That should be their non-binary representation. But again, at this point, I think they're just having a joke. They're just having a laugh. They think it's funny to talk about how gay they're making everything, about how they don't care what people think or what people want. They're going to make it as campy and as rainbow-filled and agenda-filled as they want to. They don't really care what fans think. They don't really care what fans want. They're just going to do what they want and tell the stories they want. And if fans don't show up, well, they're just bigots. So, as part of that bigot army, I guess I won't be tuning in. I mean, I will be tuning in because I'll be doing further reviews on the show. But if I had my choice, I wouldn't be tuning in. And you probably won't be tuning in either. But these are just my thoughts. You guys have your own thoughts. You feel free to leave them in the comments section. If you like this video, I recommend that you like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you listening this long. And we'll come back to you again with another video later.